Hello, friends. Good morning. Today, I, Dr. Anil S. Kapoor, with my friend Dr. Kamlesh Bhatt from Himatnagar, will discuss with you business report, and primarily we'll be focusing on two types of business report, that is individual and committee. So, if you look at the objectives as to what we are going to learn today, that will be the students will learn about what is report, they will know what is business report, we'll be discussing types of business report, they'll also learn to the distinction between individual and committee report, and they'll also know how to prepare and present a business report. So, Dr. Bhatt.
What is a report? Actually, thousands of reports are presented every day. They are formal reports also, informal reports also. They are crucial reports also, ordinary reports also. So, every day reports are presented. For example, a foreman presents a report about the progress of work carried on under the supervision of a supervisor. Even a bank manager also presents the daily statement of the transactions done in his bank to the head office. Sometimes we have a very important report also. For example, a bank manager submits a monthly report or a weekly report to the head office, particularly on what the problems he has to face in sanctioning loans to the farmers and in recovering the loan from the farmers.
So, can we say simply, if we are to define it, that a report is a communication from someone who has some information to someone who wants to use that information?
This definition is given by C.A. Brown. Now, reports can be both oral and written. You have studied in first year BCom oral communication and written communication. The same objectives and advantages are found here also. For example, oral reports, they are simple and easy. The written report is more accurate. In an oral report, particularly, the reporter may deny the fact, but in a written report, the reporter gives factual information, so he cannot deny what he had said in the report.
That means a written report is a document that can change hands, that can go from one place to other, and the report does not change in that transition. Whereas when we are talking about a report by word of mouth, as we you have different speakers, and different speakers, when they speak about the same thing, the diction may change, the tone may change, the line may change, the words may change, and the entire let's say conclusion of that report may also change. Whereas in a written report, you have a fixed sort of an information which does not change with the transitions from one place to the other.
Second important thing is an oral report may be vague also, but a written report is accurate and more precise. The third advantage in a report, in a written report, is that it can be referred again and again, while oral report cannot be referred. So these are the advantages of a written report.
So can we say that a business report is a written document in that way? It is a vital part of the business and the academic worlds, and that is why the academicians and the students learn how to write these reports. The writing of a report involves
gathering and analyzing information. It involves presenting it appropriately, and at the end of the report, sometimes we find recommendations also.
Could you please analyze what is how do, let's say, a reporter gather? How does a person gather these, let's say, facts?
For example, suppose we have to look into the problem of labor's unrest. Then we meet the laborers, we meet the labor officer, we meet the officers also, secretary and managers also, and then we collect the facts from those people, that is gathering of the information.
So in that way, gathering of information means collection of information, and that information can be collected from various points. But the most important thing is that those informations need to be analyzed. And who analyzes them?
The reporter, he
Analyzes those
analyzes the facts gathered by him.
And then they should be presented in a proper fashion.
At the end of the report, he comes to a conclusion and then he presents his recommendations.
Okay, so in that way, business reports
Are documents that procure and present relevant data and information in order to, that is, discover significant facts, facilitate important decisions, and seek solutions for specific problems.
Okay. So business reports are systematic attempts to answer questions and solve problems. These are the problems of business, and for that they include the following activities, that is planning, then you have research, then you have organization, and then the presentation.
Business reports can be classified on the basis of its purpose, its function, frequency of issue, legal formalities, and nature of subject dealt with, and number of persons.
Just for an example, when you're talking about the purpose of the report could be mainly informative, just to give some sort of an information. If a person gives only information, he may not be, let's say, likely to give an analysis or recommendation. He is only, let's say, required to give certain information. Whereas in analytical reports, the reporter has to give certain analysis, and in other reports, he has to also give conclusions. Similarly, on function,
In function, it can be classified in two parts, that is, informative report and interpretative report. Informative report means the reporter gives only the information which he has collected from various sources. For example, in a college, we have a letter from higher authorities to give information regarding the student strength in the college. Then we collect data from the office and submit it to the government. That is informative report, which includes only information. And interpretative report, that is, analyzes the data, comes to a particular conclusion, and it gives recommendations also. So we can say that informative report is only the presentation of data, and interpretative report is analyzing and giving recommendations at the end of the report.
Similarly, you have reports based on the frequency of issue, that is, how often you have to present those reports. Some reports could be every quarterly report, some reports could be half yearly, some reports could be annual reports, and these reports are generally the internal reports of the organization, which have to be presented at a specific given time.
We can also say that periodic reports also, and we have special reports also. Periodic reports, they are present periodically, for example, annually, semi-annually, monthly, or daily report also. They are prepared on recurring problems, but special reports, they are prepared on non-recurrent problems.
And again, Dr. Bhatt, the legal formalities?
Actually, according to legal formalities, we can classify them as statutory report and non-statutory report. In statutory report, we present the report according to the laws laid down, and in non-statutory report, we do not follow the laws, we only follow the prescribed format.
And the distinction on the basis of subject?
As far as subject distinction is concerned, we have two classifications. Number one is problem solving and another is technical report. In problem solving, we concentrate on the problem, the particular problem, and we present the report to the higher authorities. And in technical report, we present data with or without comments.
And lastly, you have reports on the basis of the number of persons. Just for an example, an individual report is prepared by an individual, that is one person, whereas a committee report requires more than two people. So, report and the purpose of the report. On that basis, you could divide, let's say, report into the following here categories. One is to provide information. Informational report contains objective statistical data or facts. Writer does not interpret or draw conclusions from that data. Again,
It can be analyzed. It can be used to analyze data and information also. Analytical reports may suggest possible interpretations of data or offer solutions to problems.
and similarly, you have let's say reports to persuade. Persuasive reports present and interpret data and suggest a course of action.
It can be on annual basis also, that it describe developments of organization during past year and valuable public relations tool. It is used as valuable public relations tool.
And similarly, you have policy and procedure reports in which the reporter outlines, explains, and sets terms for company policies, states how to comply with these certain company policies.
In minutes, details actions, discussions in business meetings, reminds meeting participants, updates and non-participants. That information is provided in minutes.
So, business report.
It is analytical business report that is provide data, analysis and conclusions on the issues that the writer has been asked to investigate. Such reports often provide recommendations for the readers to consider, but only on request.
So, here this is very important that the person submits the report to a higher authority who has asked for it, and again he gives information that is relevant and information that he has been asked to provide.
Now, the types of business reports, which is a very important topic for all the students. There are two types of reports: individual report and a committee report. Now, individual report is prepared and presented by an individual, that is a single person. Generally, routine business inquiries and simple problems are entrusted to individual. Individual report is written in the form of a business letter, that we have studied in first year BCom, that it has most of all the regular parts which we find in a business letter also. The layout of business report, it is like the layout of a business letter also, in which we write first the heading. Now, you have studied in first year BCom that the heading should contain the name of the firm and the address of the firm. That is in business report also, the heading contains the name of the firm and the complete address. Then we present the date either in American form or in British form. Then we write the inside address. Now, in individual report, the heading and the inside address, they are the sometimes same one, because the report presented by a secretary or a manager is to be submitted to the higher authorities of the same company. So we find the address in the heading and the inside address the same one. Then we write the salutation, that is dear sir or dear sirs. And immediately after the salutation, that is between the salutation and the body of the report, we write the subject line. And in an individual report, the subject line starts with report on. For example, if we prepare a report on labor unrest, then we have to write in subject line report on the labor's unrest in apprentice training center. Then the first paragraph of an individual report contains the resolution, when the board of directors meeting held, and when the instructions were given to a person to prepare a report. So the reporter has to present that in accordance with the instructions given to me at board of directors meeting held on, for example, 5th August 2011, he has investigated the problem, and at the end of the first paragraph he writes, I submit my report as below.
Again, the students should remember that the subject of the report should be distinctly stated, and it should stand distinctly, it should stand differently from the body and the salutation. Again, the body part is the most important part because it contains the crux that is we have already talked about, that is the collection of data, and the analysis is contained in the body part. And in the complementary clause, sir, please could you specify the
in complementary clause that is written at the end of the report, that is on the right side of the report, and usually we write yours faithfully, and then the signature of the person who has prepared the report, and the designation of the person, whether secretary or a sales manager or a manager or personal officer. That is the layout of an individual report.
In the signature. Let's see the structure of an individual report.
So,
in this structure, you can see that there is a heading which comes in the middle or the center of the page at the, let's say, upper end. And again, there is the address of the firm. Here you have Bhatt and Kapoor Company Limited, Industrial Estate, Himmatnagar 4. That is the address. Just below the address, you leave one space and then you have the date. Here, for an example, you have the date October 5th, 2011. Then
we have inside address on the left side of the letter sheet. It contains the designation of the person and the name of the firm which he or she represents, and then the complete address of the firm.
Here again, students will note that the inside address and the heading are the same because it is an internal report that is being submitted.
Immediately after an inside address, we write the salutation. Here on the screen you can see "Dear Sir" is a salutation used in this report, and after that we write the subject line, and it starts with "Report on."
Okay, and after that you have the data that has been collected and the data that has been analyzed.
Then if the recommendations were asked to present, then the reporter present recommendations at the end of the report, and that paragraph starts with "It is my considered opinion that," or we can say "I am of the view that."
And then you have the complementary clause in which you have "Yours faithfully XYZ Secretary." Here the students will note that in yours you do not use an apostrophe before S because many students make this mistake while writing in the examinations.
Another thing that you have to remember in mind is